Hey everyone, this is Kiki from Metal in High Heels. We're here at Female Metal Event, day 2, 2017. And we're here with Phantom Elite. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great. After the show, even better. Bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
I was pretty nervous. I didn't play live. I set up the band together with the Phantom Elite guys and girl, of course. And I mean, even when you're not playing, you're nervous when a band, has their first show, and I was
Even
super
more.
proud. I was super proud. So I'll laugh the rest of the year. Yes.
Because I mean, it was your first show ever live.
Ever.
So are you going to perform some more in the future?
Yes, we are. We do have a tour coming up in December, starting on the 8th of December? I don't know. Yeah. And we're going to play until the end of the year. We're going to tour with Angel Nation and Elios, another band from France, some other bands here and there. And yeah, that's what we have coming up for now.
Did you make a conscious decision like to play here for the first time ever? Was this big festival in the female metal scene something that you wanted to choose for the first time, or?
It's, I've been playing here in this venue quite often, and I think, we have to be proud of that female-fronted community.
Yes.
Of course, every band that's in that community also wants to be a different band, and everybody is, but we can't deny that the fan base is the most loyal fan base. So, I mean, they deserve the first sight, let me put it like that. So for us, it was a great chance that Joey, the organizer here, gave us to perform here. So of course I didn't say no. This is perfect, and hey, I'm looking forward to chat with the fans, and lots of people I know from the past, and lots of people are new. So this is the best way to do this.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned the past, you've been here for so long in the scene in general, because with After Forever, and how is it for you to come back so strong?
It's kind of weird because I never go to shows. So I mean, this time of course I went to see them, and you see so many familiar faces, and it makes you feel. Like I just said, proud that these people are so dedicated. They probably have families now. They have kids, they have jobs, and they're still here. And oh man, I couldn't do it. So kudos to them. Great. I mean, I couldn't visit shows all the time with kids or whatever.
Yeah,
so
that is
I mean,
true.
they do it.
That's
So, wow,
dedication.
dedication.
Yeah.
Fans are really dedicated.
So they're always talking
loyal,
about
yeah.
bands that are
Loyal.
dedicated, but the crowd is dedicated.
Too,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
That is true, but now that we're talking family, because that was further down in my question list, but you are now a father and you're expecting twins.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, oh my God! Yeah, we identical ones. So I mean, it's. I always thought they were kind of scary because of that Shining movie, right? Those two twins in the hallway. But the thing, I mean, I thought I will no, but it's great. I mean, it's a challenge because Amanda, my wife, will be touring quite a bit. I mean, of course, they also got Exit Eden going, and Trillium, and Avantasia, and
Wow.
we just have to make it work. But in the end, I always say, when you have kids, it's the best thing in the world. When you don't have kids, there's so much other beautiful stuff. So everybody's gonna live their life the way they want.
And how do you do it? Because how do you balance like work and family stuff? And how do you balance all your commitments with the musical stuff and Exit Eden and Phantom Elite? How are you going to organize it all?
Yeah.
Well, you can start.
For me it's a bit easier because I live by myself. I don't have a family. No, I mean my family is basically further away. Like I said, I come from Brazil. So yeah, I have a lot of time to work. And I basically have very little free time. That's how I manage all of the stuff I'm doing at the moment. It's a little bit crazy. I love it. I'm a little bit workaholic like this one over here. But but I still don't have twins, so I have time to do that.
I think I'm lucky that my wife and I share the same passion. I mean, I think when you're a musician and your wife or your husband is not into it, you're gonna sometime end up maybe with a problem. So, but it's about planning. It's about forgiving, when you don't have time. But with me, it's it's first of all about the kids. So, you know, Marina is in that respect can do a little bit more. But then again, when you have to live off music 100%, like she is doing, you got to be on the road constantly because otherwise you don't make money. So we're in a different position. We're writing songs for artists, we're doing management, so you can be at home a little bit more. So I think we found a balance, but it's still busy. I don't know how we do it, but we do it.
You just do it, right?
We just do it, just like you girls do it, whatever. I mean, everybody has to make it work. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So tell us a little bit more about the songwriting from Phantom Elite and how did it start actually? That's also a good question.
Well, it started from, we were just chatting at the rock station, Sander and actually my boyfriend back then. We were talking about like, I was thinking about making a band. Like, do you know any bands? Do you want to make a band? I don't know. Do you want to start a band? That sounds like very childish, but that's really how it was. Then Sandra was like, you know what? I'm thinking about making a live band out of this HDK project of mine. And I was like, well, that sounds interesting. And he was like, okay, I'm going to give it a thought and see how it goes. And that's how we started. As an HDK live band. Then we started looking for musicians together, so most of the guys in the band are there since then.
Yeah.
Right? And go on.
Well, the thing is, what I absolutely wanted was a band that's a band. You know, there are too many bands, and probably some of you know, and some of you don't. But the music is written by someone else. You know, and I want metal to be metal and authentic.
Yeah.
This one is authentic. She writes her own vocal lines, her own lyrics. That's what a singer is about. That's what a vocalist should do. You know, that the guitarist write their own stuff. The drummer contributes. The keyboard player contributes. The bass player.
Yeah.
So you know, we were looking for band members that could actually write. Because if I would have totally written the songs alone, it would have been my thing, but it would have never sounded like that. So I'm happy that. It's really a band effort, and I couldn't wish for anything more. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Is it right? Could it be hits? No, you know, we're not going to make a lot of money. Is it honest? Absolutely. This is the most honest band you can ever find. I can say that really I mean it. I mean, I'm so proud of that. Yeah.
And I think the people also appreciate that stuff. So what did people think? How did you think the crowd was tonight?
I was a bit impressed because, you know, we're a new band. No one knows any songs. We put out 2 singles so far, and the last one people were even singing along. Nice. But they were feeling the energy. I think we were really excited to play tonight. We were nervous but equally excited. So I think that went to the audience. And that's what's important to all of us. I think Sander was talking about being an honest band. All the guys, we're just doing it not because we want to do this, you know. So, yeah. So it couldn't be other way. Yeah.
No, they have been writing and rehearsing and for 2 years or something like that without a single performance. Try to do that with a band. Most people quit because they do it for the attention. You know, that's the only thing that keeps people going. But they were also in it for the long run. And that's wow. And I mean, I think we're asking a lot from the audience here. You know, no one knows any song. Yeah, so I would not be surprised if some people say, "Hey, it was cool, but I gotta get used to some stuff." Mm-hmm. But the fact that they were in a venue and were enthusiastic, I think that's a very good sign for a starting band. So yeah, I'm happy.
I think there were lots of smiling faces. That's really good. I saw it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, even metal people smile. Yes. But they smile with death in their eyes. So that's good. Yeah.
Darkness all around.
Darkness all around. Smiles are not real.
So you were just also talking about the whole being new and coming out and all that stuff. How important is marketing for you? Social media nowadays and online marketing. Do you do it yourselves? Are you looking for a?
Do it yourselves.
Do it yourself.
I mean, you know, Marina does all the artwork, so she's responsible for all the visual stuff. There's Eelco, our drummer, managing a lot of shows. So I mean, he's settling all these shows. So we've got this, you know, this cool network of people, of band members that that handle all that stuff ourselves.
Yeah.
And next up, we got a good friend called Menno. He's from Graviton, and he helped us in the beginning a lot with some promo ideas and stuff. So of course, you need people, and that's the main thing is. You can't think you can do everything yourself, but you have to start out doing everything yourself so that you know how much work it is and respect people in the scene more.
Yeah.
That's what this band is doing.
That's true.
That's cool.
And we definitely do a bunch, even when there's people involved, we are in touch with the people. And, like I spent so many hours researching about marketing on Facebook and on Instagram and stuff like that. So, yeah, we really put a lot of work in let's say, the bureauarbeit, the office work of this band.
Yeah.
And it's all done by us.
And you just mentioned that you do all the visual work, the graphic design and stuff. Did you do the logo and everything?
The logo wasn't actually done by me. It was done by my boyfriend, Malik, who was just here for a second. He is a very good designer. But other than that, I do everything.
Did he teach you, or did you learn somewhere else how to design?
I'm actually an architect. And
so it's in your training somehow.
Yeah, and I used to work as a designer for an agency for a little bit before I was singing full time. So so that's also my job.
Yeah, that would actually be my next question. Do you guys still have day jobs? Do you still have to earn money somehow? Otherwise?
I always kept my day job. I've always been a high school teacher, and I love that so much. So for me. Also, when I toured with After Forever, it was, I came home from a tour bus tour, for example, for 3 weeks or a month. And I came home at 4 o'clock at night, and 8 o'clock I was teaching the kids, So after the tour, there was no day of rest. And that kept me also, down to earth, because that's the real life. Musicians are always complaining about their lives and tough. And the real life is going to a day job. Do your job and no one will be applauding. So as long as you can keep that combination going, I think that's healthy. So I always try to do that. So I'm still teaching, but I'm also doing a lot of music writing and stuff. But for me it works, for other people it might not. I like the combination.
Yeah, I went to the opposite. I completely put away the architecture and the design. I must admit I do take some jobs here and there. When they're interesting and sometimes it's well paid. So why not? I mean, it's flexible, I can do it at home. Yeah, but basically I try to do way more music than anything else.
Yeah, as a musical singer, of course, as well, so that's perfect. And now that you mention it, it just came to me that shortly after Forever stopped, disbanded, split, Floor Jansen had her burnout. Was it kind of a warning for you guys or the band, the scene, to be aware of burnout syndrome and try to avoid it? How do you avoid having a burnout?
Well, I had one, so I had it before Floor. So that's why, I didn't do a year of touring because of that, And then I decided to quit the band, and then the whole band quit because I was doing the management, a lot of the songwriting. And that led to Floor having a burnout since she had to start over again, because it's tough when you build everything up with a certain band. But I think a burnout is, of course too late for a warning. I think that the pressure having a band succeed is high, because you have to be in a public eye a lot, but you also have to do stuff you don't like. And if you're a musician, that's the worst thing, because you want to only do stuff. And that's why I quit also playing live, because it's not my thing, and that created my burnout. I was touring and all that stuff, and I didn't get the energy from playing live. I got the energy from working with people like Phantom Elite and dedicated artists. So I think, as a musician, you should be honest to yourself. But how can you be really successful as a musician? Probably by touring, and that's why a lot of people, I think, get a burnout, because it might not be their thing, and they have to combine it with their jobs and with their families and all that stuff.
So what would be your advice for upcoming musicians? Like, if you're creative, just be creative. If you're a touring artist, just be a touring artist. If you have to do the management and the booking
my advice would be, don't always look back at why you started it. Why did you get goosebumps? Why is this your passion? But when you become more famous, the passion goes a little bit away, and you get way too many side things. And you got to ask yourself, is that worth it? And as long as it's worth it, go for it, and you know, enjoy it. But when you start noticing that's not for me, go back to your original passion, and just enjoy life in maybe less of a public audience.
Maybe at home, songwriting, and
It doesn't matter. It's about the energy you get from it.
Yeah.
To me, at least. But
and probably also the goals you set for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. But isn't it in any job, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. It's but it's definitely a sign of the times.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's it for you, Marina? Do you take care of your mental health? How do you do it? How do you stay fit? Also on tour, maybe also physically. How do you stay fit in general?
You just had a massage.
That is, I just had a massage. Yeah, that's good. But I don't usually have that. But it's hard for me at the moment. I'm still struggling with that because I'm starting to like be on the road a lot. Like now, let's say for a year now or something, a bit more, and I'm still struggling with that. I'm sometimes I feel on the verge of having a burnout, and then I try to, I try my best to at least put my phone away for 2 hours and focus like on one thing, like jogging or something. I used to practice a lot of sports every day, and to be honest, I'm not keeping up right now. I'm just not. And on the road, but I have good intentions. I bought a rope, to
Spring rope.
yeah, so I bought
Because
a
you
rope
have
and-
also so many things coming up with Eindhoven, and you're probably going to tour a lot and be more active.
At some point, probably, hopefully. Yeah, but I have a tour, a musical tour coming up in October, and then I come home and I start this tour with Phantom Elite. So it's a lot of touring, I'm paying the gym and I basically don't go. But
Do you guys have vacations at all?
No.
Like real vacations?
I don't remember when I had my last vacation. That's so sad.
Okay,
Oh
so
my God, I hate my life.
all right, so you should go on vacation and
But vacation is also doing what you like, Isn't that
true.
vacation? If you have a summer vacation with nothing to do, but you're bored, that's not vacation either. So I mean, depends on how you see it.
Sleep. I would just sleep
Yeah.
all
for
day
a
long.
week. For a week.
Sleep with your dad. Right?
That's true.
As Bon Jovi said.
Exactly,
Bon Jovi
wise words.
It's always good. Yeah.
Wise words.
Jovi's like-
Perfect, thank you so much. Are you guys going to be at the after party tonight?
Is there
Is
enough?
there an after party?
Always.
I'm not sure, but it would be nice. Yeah.
I'm already a grandmother when it comes to partying. I'm usually tired.
How old are you?
Rock and roll. How old am I? It's a secret. Let the Botox fool everyone.
Oh.